It was rough, it was what it was. Certain people, you wouldn't never expect them to want to live there.
This isn't the black community, this is the poor community.
How much would some of these properties be going for in
the millions.
Millions.
Some people might have a roof over their head. A lot of us are a paycheck away from being homeless.
But I'm telling you, my whole life back on track, and because of them.
Hello, sir. Unfortunately, he was shot. He was shot.
Brixton has the most police, but the highest crime rate. Make it make sense.
Give us more opportunities so we can build these kids.
One thing I will tell you is, where you go internationally, they will always know Brixton.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Brixton, often considered as one of the most dangerous places in London. Today, I'm going to show you a side of London that most of us aren't familiar with. I'm going to be joining up with Micah from the Brixton Soup Kitchen, who does amazing work helping the homeless. He told me he can take us into the estates and see firsthand what life in Brixton is really like, and hopefully get a better understanding of the area. Let's go. The South London borough of Lambeth, which includes areas such as Kennington, Streatham and Brixton, is one of the top 5 most dangerous boroughs in London, with the highest volume of violent crime offences stemming from Brixton. Despite its rich history and culture, Brixton faces ongoing issues with gun and knife crime. To explore what's happening, I met up with Micah from the Brixton Soup Kitchen, a charity that helps feed and clothe thousands of homeless people and those in need every year across London and beyond. They rely on donations and volunteers to offer their free meal service and provide free clothes through their clothes bank. We delved into the estates and spoke with the people and organisations they work closely with, those who are making a difference in the community. This is their story.
Yeah, this is the beauty and essence of what we have here. So, welcome.
Yeah.
Where do I start? So this is Southwick House, and this is a very big staple in Brixton. It's a very well-known, notorious housing estate, but it's actually split into 2 different factors. So this road here that we're standing on is Moorland, and then the road paralleled on the other side of the block is Somerleyton Road.
Okay.
But we call this estate Somerleyton. So now someone else is taking over this community centre. And
So it's still being used, that's good to see.
it's still being used, yeah. It's called the Southwick Coding and Arts Centre. How you doing, Pops? You alright? Not bad.
Yeah. It feels very well connected in here.
Yeah, very well connected. So then, yeah, this is where we started. This is where the soup kitchen was originally. And we used to have a sign up there. It was a good space. It was where we started, and, you know, a lot of culture and history behind it. So originally, this building was built backwards because there was going to be like a big kind of motorway A road that was going to be running through Brixton, and this was kind of like to be like a sound barrier to protect what was back here, which was old houses at one point in time. And it's known also as the barrier block because it's like a barrier. I'll take you around. So it's funny, like I said to you, this is known in the area as Somerleyton, but this is Southwick House, and then all of the houses behind it is the Moorland estate, which is 2 different things basically, but it coincides as one.
How do you say this estate has changed, say, from 10 years ago till now?
Oh, well, gentrification is a big thing. A big part of what has changed, because this place is an eyesore for some people, and some people wouldn't want to have been caught dead living here. But some of the properties here are absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the properties are absolutely massive, like 3- and 4-story apartments. You all right, Ricky? Rosie! You all right?
You know the voices around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that I've heard about Brixton, is that a lot of properties are getting developed and kicking out the long-term residents.
I'm going to show you some places.
Yeah?
There is some amazing and beautiful properties here, and some stuff that you'd be like, wow, like some architectural. Even look, with our building that we're in, this is, I can't remember the exact time that it is, but it's a listed building for sure. We had to come out of the building immediately, effectively, because it had so much damage, and that we had to get underneath pinning.
Right.
So if the building dropped down Lambeth would have to build the building back up exactly to look how it is. So
Right.
they took us out. We were out for about a year and a half, and they were fixing the building up, you know, new window fixtures and everything, but everything had to be like for like.
Okay.
So yeah, so let's get in the Batmobile.
I love this. You got the got a sticker on it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone knows you around the area, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's get in. Who funded this car?
So in yes, Mummy, all right. So we were originally donated a smart car by the Sun newspaper, and it's so funny. Growing up, the Sun was such a taboo kind of newspaper. Like, it wasn't really something that we would gravitate towards because it was just always about tabloids and foolishness. And yeah, they were one of the first people to support us, and they gave us
Yeah, quite ironic as well, no?
a brand new car, a smart car at that as well, being a charity run by loads of big guys and things, but we made the best of it. So like I said to you, some amazing architecture and amazing properties that are here in this community, and once upon a time no one wanted to live here. So some of these properties are like really beautiful, and now obviously Brixton being so gentrified, all of these peoples and companies are swooping in and taking over, and basically, but at the same time there was a lot of people in the community before that didn't want to take care of the community and be responsible for it. So here we have our local secondary school, which is actually, it's not the only secondary school in Brixton, because we've got one on the bottom of Brixton Hill, but this is Evelyn Grace Academy, and this has been an amazing experience seeing this school, because this used to be kind of like a wasteland before. For them to make a secondary school here and it be something that is so empowering, that there's so much empowering messages, and so many amazing kids have come out of this school as well, and it gives so much opportunities to the community, because now you have a lot of more jobs being offered in the community for people that are from here to work with kids in the community that they grew up in and was born and raised in. So it's a beautiful aspect.
Is this school quite new as well?
Oh yeah, it's last 10 to 15 years. I can't put a pinpoint on when it exactly opened, but I think one of my sisters was like the first year sevens. So there's a lot of cultural history here, and then this is another area, which is the Guinness Trust, which was also like an old estate, what they knocked down and then rebuilt. So what tends to happen is when they rebuild these estates, they make some of them privatized.
Yeah.
So where it used to be all social housing before, when they do them up nice and new, they'll say, all right, 5 blocks will be for social housing and the other 10 blocks will be for private tenants that, you know, and then look, you can see it here, the sign where it says, love the buzz, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, shared ownership.
But do you think that's enough? Seeing all the homeless people that do come into Brixton Soup Kitchen, do you think enough social housing is being provided by the local councils and
I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's unfortunate that there's a lot of people that are in need of social housing.
So housing right now is literally impossible. I work very hard to try and secure something, especially with this place being a drop-in, so you can get anyone in.
How many people would you say come, say, per day or per week to ask for housing?
Literally at least 2 people a week are coming in at the moment, mainly men, not so much women, but mainly men are coming in, sleeping on the street, literally, so yeah.
However, one person the Brixton Soup Kitchen was able to help was Michael, who had been sleeping rough in Brixton and came looking for support. So what's the situation now? Has it got a lot better?
Well, my friend, I'm on the top of the moon.
Yeah.
My life back on track as ever. I'm better than I was before.
Yeah, mentally,
physically, I was so depressed. I got mental health, I take medication, but it doesn't make me a bad person, or it doesn't stop me from looking for help or changes for myself. I believe that no matter what the situation is, there's always a solution. But if you direct yourself to the soup kitchen, you'll find the help. Then people are really there to help you. Until tell you something, I got my job back. I found peace in mind. I sleep good, I eat good. I was so skinny at the time when I came here, so skinny. I couldn't eat. I was being beaten by spiders, bugs. I was sleeping in the beanstalk. I was really in a bad state. They didn't judge me. They didn't make any difference. The way they treated me, they treat everyone the same, you know? And I'm so grateful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so grateful. And I can't find a word, but I'm telling you, my whole life back on track, and because of them, I give them credit for that.
What have you seen with homelessness in Brixton? Is it quite a serious issue, would you say?
It's a major issue.
Yeah.
It's a major issue. Like, there is so many people, there's so many young people that are struggling.
Yeah.
You know? There's a lot of people that do it in secret. There's just a lot of things going on, what's going undiagnosed, because people are too embarrassed to say what they're going through. Do you know what I mean? And it's just so sad to see, you know, what's going on.
So this is actually Somerleyton Road as well. So this is the road what the whole estate is known by. So that's Somerleyton Passage over there. So that brings you over onto Bob Marley Way and Rotten Road. I'll take you around everywhere, don't worry.
Getting the full
So
tour.
this is the Moorland estate. So this, like I said, like the block is known as Somerleyton.
What would you say this area is quite notorious for back in the day, or?
Drugs and violence. Just like most areas in London are known for certain things, but look, I want to take you to a memorial for one of our friends that passed away. So let me.
Okay.
So this is Nathan Foster, also known as Bowser, and this is one of our friends that unfortunately died locally as well. Someone that really took a big effect on us, in the sense of his death really kind of was the start of a lot of things and putting things in perspective of, like, look, this life is, nothing is promised to us, so we have to try and live to the best of our abilities. And it's just, to this day, it still doesn't feel surreal.
You knew him personally as well?
Yeah, I knew him personally,
He was
he was a good friend of ours.
Wow. And only in 2007, he was quite young. How did he die?
Unfortunately, he was shot. He was shot, and it was like something that had nothing to do with him. An argument had taken place, and yeah, it was just, real crazy. But it's so crazy because this happened in 2007, and since then, murder has just become the norm. Like, it's just a normal thing. I go to so much different funerals. Like I said, I just came from a funeral yesterday, and it shouldn't be the norm. It shouldn't be something that we're desensitized to, but unfortunately, it's just something that is plaguing our communities. And like I said, it's not just here in Brixton, it's everywhere.
It's sad to see. You can't really turn on the news any day without hearing about murder or someone being killed. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's happening in communities? And it's not just deprived areas, it's happening all around
everywhere.
London.
I mean, obviously, I feel like a lot of miseducation, a lot of stuff where people are just, I can't even, like, there's so much, I've tried to think of so much different things of why these things are happening, and I feel like one of the biggest things is some people are just playing, like, it's not my business, so I don't get involved.
Yeah.
Where for me, it's like, if I see something I can stop an altercation, I'm diving in head first.
To be bystanders.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if we don't try to put a stop to certain things or put a stand to certain things, then it's not going to happen. And try and break some of these barriers, because unfortunately we have a lot of, like, post-Cold Wars, or it could be this housing estate versus that housing estate, or this group of people don't get on. So for me, when we were growing up, it was just one Brixton, and it's the same with every other area. Like, I kind of crossed lines. I didn't have anything that I mean, at one point in time, we definitely wasn't going to Peckham.
That's what associated. Like growing up as a kid, it was two places you never go to, Brixton and Peckham. But
they are amazing, beautiful communities. There's so much here, but for us, there was always like a rivalry between Brixton and Peckham. And it's funny because I've actually got loads of family from Peckham.
Yeah.
My grad lived in Somerleyton Street, like next to Peckham Wharf Road, and loads of cousins there, and I'm just like, I'm not going there. But now, some of my best friends and like I said, my family are there, so I'm there all the time. And now we've even helped to set up the Peckham Soup Kitchen. So it's beautiful to see that 360, because sometimes I think people inherit other people's problems. So that's where a lot of the violence is stemmed from, because it's like maybe people having issues that were 15 years older than you, and then now it's like, oh yeah, basically if you're from there, you can't like these people. I mean, you know, you break those barriers. So when I was going to school and going to college, just, you know, I've always been a people's person, so my thing was that be around anyone. Like, it doesn't matter where you want to go, but obviously we were just wary of being in certain places. But in this day and age, I'll go where I want to go and I'll be where I want to be, and just try and spread the love as much as possible. No music? No music.
Yeah. So when I do the video and they have songs, like...
Well, the music is the background of our life.
Yeah. Tell me about that, especially in like Black and Caribbean communities. Music is a big part of the culture, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely a massive part of the culture. Music and food are like two of the things that help bring us together. So even with us running the soup kitchen, food is like the main facilitator.
Yeah.
So food helps unite people. I mean, especially good food as well.
Yeah.
You know, makes you want to go to certain places and be around certain people, and yeah. And then when you add music and other stuff to it, it just makes it even better. So as you can see, the connection between the Moorland estate and then you've got the barrier block ahead of you.
Okay, yeah.
That we come out to.
Right. It's like a wall almost, isn't it?
Yes.
A huge wall.
But the properties inside the block are massive.
Really?
Like some of them have like three-story apartments. Obviously, it doesn't look like the most desirable, and then they'll have like balcony spaces. Yeah, it's like they're really, really big.
But they're quite old, aren't they? Did the government ever do them up?
In the 70s. I don't think they've ever been done up. Maybe like small things like the windows and stuff like that. They've always speculated that they're going to knock it down, but
yeah,
nothing's happened as of yet. So yeah, we're driving through, this is Atlantic Road, so this is like the main market road.
There's like a lot of hustle and bustle goes on down
here.
All sorts of characters.
Yeah. So you have markets on either side. So you have the Brixton Indoor Market, which is, this side is Glenville Arcade.
Okay.
And then this is Brixton Village, and that side is Glenville Arcade.
So you come here just to get any...
Yeah, all necessities, your meats, your fishes, your materials. Manners. So this is part of the main market strip here, and also on the left-hand side as well.
And Brixton's quite notorious for its markets, isn't it?
Yes, Dada.
You know what this now, boss?
Yeah?
Yeah, man, shake him well, yeah?
What's this?
Keep him near the fridge. Remember when we get salad?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, shot about the body.
Yeah?
The wheel feelings and everything, you know?
Uh-huh.
Just shot him. But then keep him at the fridge, yeah?
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Manners and respect. Love. Yes, Benji?
I feel like you're known in the community around here. Everyone knows Micah.
I mean, when you grow up somewhere and obviously it becomes our norm, innit? So, welcome. But then the beautiful thing is, we have places like these companies. So, for instance, Franco Manca has become a massive, big company with restaurants everywhere, Westfields in the West End, you name it. And they originally started in Brixton, and they are a company that still donate to us to this day. So every Monday we get pizzas from Franco Manca. So that's the meals that we serve on Mondays. So let's quickly pop in there, see if we can not get a parking ticket quickly, so we can say hello to the manager quickly. Hi. How are you? Not bad, not bad. Is Luca here? Oh, okay.
The manager wasn't in, but I was able to get a tour of Franco Manca. They make fresh sourdough pizza in this huge pizza oven. It's a really nice restaurant. When Micah told me off camera that they got pizzas, I thought he meant from a local takeaway.
So yeah, everybody should come and have a nice time here.
Yeah. Excellent. Which one's the owner in the picture?
So this used to be Franco.
Oh, okay, this is the...
This is the one that opened the pizzeria.
Right, so Franco's Italian, it's like he's from Italy?
Yeah, he's from Napoli.
Okay, so really fresh pizza then, there's lots to do. Yeah, the lady was telling me that those pizzas get freshly made in the morning.
They make them fresh every day.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah.
But tell me about that, because usually when you associate food and giving to the homeless, it's usually like whatever's left over. But
No,
you guys
what it is, one of our ethoses is we like to give people what we would have. So we're not giving people, obviously you hear the title Soup Kitchen and you automatically think of Oliver Twist and someone being there with a bowl and saying, oh, more sir, or people lining up. Even when we serve food to people. So we get everyone to sit down and we give them the food instead of it being a thing where they're lining up and waiting for food.
Yeah.
And like I said, we serve amazing meals. Jerk chicken, rice and peas, curry goat, spaghetti bolognese, shrimp linguine, you name it. Anything we get our hands on, we're making it and we're making the best of it.
Make people feel at home as well.
Yeah, I'm one of the chefs there, yeah.
Nice. What are you cooking up for lunch today?
We've got a range of Chinese cheese-style chickens, like sweet and sour chicken. We've got a curry goat there, we're serving it with rice and a salad. And we've also got, I'm trying to make a banana and chocolate cake today as well.
Well, mate, so we've got like a full meal.
Full meal. Got some
main
salad
course,
on there as
dessert.
well. Yeah, everything.
Wow.
And food should be ready in the next 5 minutes, actually.
Wow. How many people would this all feed? All the food could feed?
Between 30 and 40 people.
30 to 40. Is that a regular amount of people that come in here?
Yeah.
Wow.
And most importantly, I want you to know that everything is being donated, down to the food, everything that you've seen cooking today. So that's the whole amazingness of Brixton Soup Kitchen. Everything's been donated.
For the public or supermarkets or different?
Supermarkets, public. We have people even getting married. Now this is the most amazing stuff that I've seen. People's been getting married and they've been saying, we don't want no presents. Donate to the Soup Kitchen.
Wow.
I've got bars and he wants my card. I'm living it large. Take a card, any card, it's magic. Take a card, watch me freestyle a classic.
Wesley, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So this is Musa.
Musa, Wesley.
How are you?
And he does amazing work. He's got a company called Resole, and basically they help get brand new trainers for people from all different backgrounds and all the different diasporas, and especially deprived young people as well. And trust me, I'll let him tell you.
Yeah, so Resole's an organisation similar to the Soup Kitchen as a shoe bank that we like to describe ourselves, where people donate shoes, gently worn shoes that we're able to give back to the community and partner up with great organisations like Brixton Soup Kitchen.
So it could be the most thing that we take for granted, but yes, see,
that's it.
That we take for granted, and that, you know, people get involved and make it happen. So
yeah, it's those small things that we take for granted here that we think, you know, that are luxuries, when really they're not luxuries, they're like essentials. You know? Like footwear is one of the most important things that you have on your day-to-day. It allows you to leave your home and to be in a safe space, you know what I'm saying? Arrows can come out, and when we look at the homeless community, most of them, they walk on average 10 miles a day, you know, because they don't have transportation. But again, I think places like Brixton that have tight-knit communities and individuals like ourselves who grew up in this type of community, it allows us to say, you know what, we don't want to just be passing through the areas we grew up, but also to impact them and try to make a difference.
Spread the message, spread the word. Yeah. Where can people find you if they want to get involved?
So the best ways to find us is on our Instagram, Resole CIC, but we're a Brixton-based organisation, so we're here also based in Brixton. Send us a message and then we can let you know how to get involved and help us.
Yeah, great. Excellent. Awesome, mate. Thank you. Cheers.
Welcome, son. Good to see you.
Good to meet you.
You see my family. How are you? Good.
Bless.
Bless. We
So this is the beauty of being in a community where there's so much different people thriving.
Yeah.
So you see this gentleman here?
That's it. What's the name?
Corey Johnson.
Corey Johnson.
Okay.
In Jamaica, we have a term, liquor, but them talawa. So as small in stature, you see him in big.
Okay.
It's a big
man.
deal. So, like I said, for instance, Musa was just telling you about the shoes aspect. We're talking about the food aspect. And remember I said to you, in our community, music plays a big part of our background. Corey is a world-renowned producer and has actually got credits from working with Drake.
No way.
Yeah, so my record to make one dance, so that made me go #1 around the world. So yeah. So.
What's up with South London and music? I feel like this is a place to be for music.
It's something in the water.
It is, right? I've been going around with Micah today, just getting an idea of Brixton and what it's like. But what have you seen firsthand growing up? Has Brixton changed a lot, 5-10 years ago up until now?
Well, I'm a Brixtonian, but I'm third generation around here. So my granddad is a frontline man, so I'm a frontline baby. I've seen Brixton change over the last 30, 40 years. So yeah, gentrification's real. Like people that come from around there can't afford to live here. And I mean, that's the reality because we haven't had certain financial or political literacy parts. So it's been easy for others to come in and exploit the community and have their benefits. And this isn't the black community, this is the poor community. Because around here, Water Lane was the Irish. Around there was the Jamaicans. Around there we had the African community. So it was always a community, but it was a community of poor people. Now it's a community of rich people, I guess. Brixton.
The original people that lived in Brixton, they've now moved them out, i.e. we're in Brixton. So then it's just a move out, you're either going to go Norbury, Fulton, Croydon, Coulson. So they pushed you on the outskirts.
Okay.
You understand? So that's not good culture-wise, is it? That's not good community-wise, because then you got new people coming in, subjecting how Brixton should be run. That's not the case. It's not fair, is it?
But I think like once new people do come in, they see the community that's already there. I think they'd be quite surprised at how positive some stuff is.
Yeah, but then
Brixton.
you say community, how many is left? A lot of them gone. They bought them out. Gentrification is about the rich coming in and eradicating the poor. And if you look at Brixton, is it for the better? Brixton's, they call their pumps and a bit of wealth, but the violence has gone out the roof. The young children are killing each other. That's not a good thing, is it?
But you've got the statistics to say it, but do you think there's a bit of like fear mongering within the media about Brixton, about areas in South London with crime and?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the fearmongering is there to just more or less create that divide, where then it automatically makes the place not worth what it really is. But we're the most vibrant and affluent community. There's most success from people like myself to David Bowie to some of the artists like my schools where Vincent Van Gogh used to live across the road. So South London's always been a place, especially Brixton's a place thriving in community, thriving of entertainment, thriving of talent. But talent needs to be invested and needs to be nurtured.
When people hear of Brixton, anywhere I go in the world and I say Brixton, people always say, oh, that's a bad boy place, guns, youth, crime. And I'm like, no, Brixton is not about that. Brixton's about vibrance, Brixton's about community, Brixton's about youth, Brixton's about change, there's so much stuff what Brixton is about. Do you know what I mean? And I just wanted to expand on that, just to let them know that there's a place where people can call home, they can come, they can get meals, they could come here just to, change their lives. That's Brixton.
Oh, and then this is regular day in the life.
Yeah, what's it like being stop and search in Brixton? Because I read a stat that black people are 3 times more likely to get stop and searched in.
Stop and search in Brixton. Like, obviously, I don't feel like it affects me as much as it once did at once upon a time, but yeah. If you do stops and searches, it kind of becomes a norm, like part of the outfit.
Look, let me tell you something. Brixton has the most police, but the highest crime rate. Make it make sense. If you've got the most police, you should have less crime, right? It doesn't work. And there's areas I go to, you don't see police. They're not needed. There's not really much going on. So the fact that Brixton has so much police, gun police and everything, and the crime rate's still up, what does it mean? It's like in the army. There's a gap. There's a lack of communication between the police and the public. Because you know why? The police are not trusted. And at the same time, they do a job, bless them, they're too aggressive. They break the law. They break the law too many times. And as a youngster, imagine you go and shop for your mum. You get stopped by police. Oh, you've been profiled. You robbed someone's phone. You're a young black man. That's not good. But then you label everyone the same. You're a black man, every black man's the same. That's not good. You put him on the floor. You embarrass him. He goes home crying. Mom, I didn't do nothing. His mum then gets him into trouble on top of that. He's gonna hate the police. So now, how do you break barriers? You're not breaking barriers like that.
Take the meat and bang the meat on it.
So it doesn't work. If you ask me, I've lived in Brixton all my life. I've seen it go from bad to worse. If you ask the younger generation, they will tell you when we were growing up, even the hardest of nails had morals. Even the hardest of nails will come and do shit like this. Nowadays, people have to respect that. And I say respectfully, because violence is the new form. People concentrate too much on the outer abuse rather than the inner abuse. If you see with Brixton Soup Kitchen, there's a few of us, but we still make it happen. And I always believe less is more, because there's plenty of us. But anything where there's no so much of an incentive, that you're not getting paid, you're not getting this, they're not going to do it. So ones that do it, not wanting to receive anything, they're the genuine ones. But Brixton, we try, innit? We try, but for me, it's not looking good, man. Because a lot of the elders have gone. That's why you find that the young ones are running around with their head loose. When I was growing up, we had all the elders. There's no way I couldn't go. Where you going? What you doing? How you keeping up? What? There is no elders. They're all gone. So the younger generation, who do they come to? And ones that they do go to that are still around, we're tired. We're tired.
We're tired.
Yeah, we're tired. Too much. So all we can do is pray and have faith. Literally. Other than that,
bro, are you taking the absolute?
It's what it is, man. But we pray and we have faith.
Speaking to the people who have lived in Brixton for most of their lives, who have seen the area change for better or worse, it is clear they care deeply about their community and are working to make it a better place. While going around Brixton, we met up with Abdul Hamid, who works at Brixton Masjid, who regularly donates and collaborates with the Brixton Soup Kitchen.
We'll try our best, you know. He's
So
done a
that-
good job.
this is what-
He's been doing it for years, you know.
But this man's known me from since a child.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay, wow.
yeah, it's
So
amazing
good
to be able
see
to.
young people, you know, doing something in their community, you know, like they're not wasting their time doing crimes and things like that, but they grow up in the community and they're giving something to the community, and I'm so proud of him, seeing him growing up. And
So he
now
was
he's
taller than me
helping the
once upon a time.
So it's good to see you kind of pass it down through generations.
That's
So
right.
yeah, Micah's now teaching the youth to,
That's
you
right.
know,
He's
And
doing
just
a good
using,
share and
like I
give.
said, food is just a facilitator. So it's one of the things that we help to use, bring each other together. And no matter what your race, colour, creed, religion, we just all get stuck in and make it happen. So then you have Stockwell Park Estate here, which is on the left. And then you have Stockwell Park with the really massive houses.
Yeah, it's like two complete opposites when you come down here,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's crazy.
So then you have Slade Gardens. But look, let's take you down here. We'll come back around and show you some of the properties that have been on Grand Design and stuff like that.
So all of these have been built quite recently,
No,
or
these are all like Victorian, but you can see.
okay, yeah.
Like,
How much would some of these properties be going for in
in the
Brixton?
millions.
Millions.
In the millions.
And then you've literally got the estate just down the road.
Literally. That's little Bentley there.
Yeah. So that's what you're talking about when you're saying the wealthy are coming into the area.
Oh, well, the wealthy have always been here. Don't ever get it taken away for a second. They've always been here. There's always been affluence in the community, but
yeah,
it's two different worlds.
Okay.
I remember there was a show that came on one time, and it was basically someone from an estate in Stockwell and someone that lived on a road, but the person lived on a road in a massive house.
Right.
And they had never turned left before. Like, never ever turned left before. There's one particular house, I think we might have went past it, I was trying to show you. It was on Grand Design, I think it's got like a swimming pool underneath it.
Underneath?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we might have went past it already.
But it's interesting, literally like a 1-2 minute drive, the houses and the cars start to change.
Yeah. Like literally, look, you can see everything here and then look directly across from you and see the housing estate right there.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing about London as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
The divide in the area became even more clear when we went into Slade Gardens. Here we met up with Cadella, who works at this adventure playground. For some reason the audio wasn't working, but she shared with me how they educate children through outdoor activities, things they wouldn't necessarily learn about at school. For some children who can't afford holidays, this park is a crucial place where they spend their time. Like many places we've seen, Slade Garden relies on local volunteers and donations to remain sustainable. Even the zip line was built by volunteers.
Well, it's more than a drive around. He's having fun. I'm gonna take him to Pablo's as well.
I'm just about to say you're gonna take him to eat. I was just about to say that.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, definitely, you too. Yeah,
Come back.
Yeah, 100%, no, 100%.
And as I said, you're more than welcome to come to the festival. That's to both of you.
Excellent.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.
And look, it's so funny because look, this is how life moves in mysterious ways. We wasn't even going to come past this way. We were trying to get out of the estate another way, and we would have went right past here. But obviously, everything places you where you need to be, and you get to see what you need to see, and be around the people that you need to be around. So yeah, Cadella was a good one.
Yeah, she was really nice. I feel like she's doing a lot for the area.
Amazing stuff. And like I said, this is what we need, more community cohesion. So this is the funniest thing. Remember what we said about gentrification? There's some people that have owned their properties here for many of years, and they had the education to know that they're not going to sell up. They bought these properties at a very cheap price, and they're going to make the best of it, and they have. So then this is another estate that has been gentrified, and as you can see, so that once you see a Foxton sign, and that's one of the things, one of the signs that they say, if Foxtons comes to your community, or you see a Foxtons being built in your community, you know that the property prices have gone up. So when I realized that this is that some of these estates are really big, because it covers from where we came in all the way to the other side where there's other houses. So some of these, for instance, are some of the original houses that were here before. But what happened was with these, they some of these are ones where people own them, so they probably offered them money, or for instance maybe on this strip where 3 of them are owned privately, they can't, because they're attached, they can't knock them down, so they left all of these houses.
So some people in Brixton have lived in the same house for maybe 40, 50 years and
generational.
Passed it down.
Yeah, generational. So these are like the only parts left of the estate, the original estate that hasn't been knocked down. But majority, I would say 70 to 80% of the estate was knocked down. And then same thing like what I said, some people are offered to come back, some people accept the other places that they were staying temporarily, or that people have been bought out, and then they have loads of properties that they have for sale. So that, look, you can see all of those tall buildings there. That's Vauxhall. So those are all buildings in Vauxhall. So like the skyline is just forever growing because of the level of intensity that properties are popping up in London. But then the social housing element of things is not always there.
And that puts a strain on charities like yourself.
Of course.
To help those people.
And a strain on the people. Where, like, you have to understand, a lot of issues that plague people sometimes are the social element, and even the element of social housing. There's some households where there's 5 people living in a 2-bedroom household. That can have a major effect on how your aspects, on how you look at the world and how you feel about certain things. And when you go outside and you're taking your anger out because your family's on a waiting list, or they're not being taken serious. So it's a lot of things that play a part.
We have a housing issue, but again, we have a social issue. We have people with mental health that are not being seen within the community. You've got people that are isolated from community, so other services are not technically doing their jobs, and then what happens is they all flock to Brixton Soup Kitchen, where we're not actually getting any funding to work with these people. We are literally doing it, we're volunteering, so there's only so much we can do within the hours that, you know, that are provided. So it's very difficult, but I feel like, yeah, there's a housing issue, but there's also a social issue.
I've seen people's circumstances become better. So a lot of the stuff that we would provide, you know, even if it's, you know, courses, getting people back into work, even getting them their own house. So in that way, that's being successful. But mental health, that's on a rise. People losing their jobs, that's on a rise. You know, families struggling, that's on a major rise. You know what I mean? So even though we help quite a lot of people, we also get a lot of new people coming in.
So we now drive into Angeltown. So this is one of the only parts that is still remnants of the old Angeltown. So like, remember the walkway that you saw in Stockwell Park?
Yeah.
Same kind of walkway. As you can see, these used to be connected to other blocks that used to go on. But then now you have these amazing houses and small apartment blocks. Nothing's really built too high. You're not gonna get anything in here higher than 2 floors, but all of these are 4 and 5 bedroom houses.
So what was it like back when they had the original estates?
It was fun. I was a child. I mean, I was a child, and I think they knocked it down when I was like a teenager, fully. But it was fun. It was that, you know, we made the best of whatever we had. But at the same time, it was also, it was rough. It was what it was. But it built character. It had so much to it, so much history, so much culture. And the beauty about this actual estate is that everything that you see that has been done was put together and spearheaded by one woman in particular, which is Dr. Dora Botima, which is a very close family friend, my friend's mum, and she done loads of amazing stuff to get this work done and to have all of these initiatives in Angeltown. So even like this football pitch that stands here today, which you can see with the 3D grass, this was all part and parcel of her plans. Unfortunately, she passed away. So for us, it's just, you know, take what we have and make the best out of it. And as I said, this is a community that has been deprived, and like, we connect, put all of the estates together, and it's just one big fight, because when we were growing up, it was all one. Even though this is like a massive place and there's people from here that don't leave, there is people from here that do leave and go to this other estate, and we all connect and we all go to the same schools and things, and, you know, big cultural melting pot. But just because of the negativity doesn't mean that there's not positive aspects of things that happen here. And, you know, the phoenix that rose from the ashes. And this is what we're trying to pursue and keep on pushing, for people to take their bad situation to make it and use it as their fuel to keep on pushing towards where they want to be. This young man here is Dr. David Marriott. So he's got the big title. But listen, like I said, for us, taking the pain and the essence and making it into what we need to do to push forward, and they're doing crazy levels of football. Like Lambeth Tigers, how many pro players have gone pro from Lambeth Tigers?
Many, man, I don't even know.
Like probably over 50 plus players.
Well, they're playing professionally now.
Professionally.
Yeah.
Really?
So we got, like, of late, we'll say David Azor. He's the youngest boy to play for Palace.
17-year-old. Making a bit of Palace history here.
He comes from where we are now. We also obviously do the streets. So the streets is at YouTube. Go to our YouTube page.
Can only be one winner.
More touches,
more techniques.
This is Coach Mally, one of my coaches. Today he's just working a technical session with some of the local boys.
So they all come from the estates around here, most of them?
They all come from the estates from around here. We go down to 4-year-old. That's Coach Ellie. He kind of works with the younger players.
Yeah.
And again, Mans.
Oi! Salah! Growing up, the football cages weren't as fancy as this, but how important are places like this in it to have?
It's really important. To try and maintain it is a difficult thing. So myself and the team trying to get funding every year to try and make sure it's maintained and it's not damaged and no one's not graffitiing up the walls and stuff. So yeah, it's really challenging at times, but it's something that we're committed to. So
when you say funding, is that from the local council or do you get other businesses?
Small businesses, local council. We try everything. We try the lottery just to try and raise some money. This pitch was recently laid. It's like 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago this got laid. So it was really badly damaged. Price is like really badly damaged. And in the end we got there, managed to let them put a new pitch down for them.
How old are the players that are coming here to train mostly?
They vary from, like I said, 4-year-old, 10, 11, 14-year-old come, but they're all different times. But yeah, we try to cater for everyone up to 16.
When you get to that age around 14, 16, it's quite a big stage in a person's life. How does football help them develop it as a person? Or
when you get to them older age group, they need something to take their mind off of obviously being on the local streets, because obviously being on the local streets, you obviously know what's happening. There's so much gun and knife crime. So the objective is to try and give them something to work towards, whether that's to be a professional player or be a manager or just work with youth in the community. And I think it's really good trying to get the older boys, the ones who don't get the opportunity to make it pro, to work with the local boys in the community.
And it's also bringing people together at the same time as well, even if they don't make it pro.
And that's important, just getting people together.
Yeah. What kind of journeys have you seen with players who have come through Lambeth Tigers? What's that kind of the next stage? Are you more like Sunday League or semi-pro? Or?
I work for Arsenal, and another one of my colleagues works for Man United.
Wow.
So we work in academy football. So our objective is to develop the youth and give them an opportunity in academy football, which we do really well. I think per year we get like over 15 players signed per year.
Wow.
Various different age groups. So our job is to just kind of develop them and give them the opportunity to live their dream.
Me and Jay go next time. Yeah. I need to get this beef out of the way. Harvey, there's a fire in your nose, Harvey.
What do you think it is with young people at the minute? Do you think it is a lack of opportunities, or is it just a lack of an outlet? Or
yeah, I think it's a bit of everything. A lack of opportunities. I think a lot of the youth are misunderstood, and they're bringing people in to deal with youth, and they don't know nothing about the youth. So again, you can get someone who's never lived the life that these youth have lived, and they're going to tell them how to prevent gang crime.
You need like-minded people.
That's what I'm trying to say. So you need people that's been there and done it, and obviously live to tell the tale, to kind of help them and educate them, because I think that's the best thing to do.
In a nutmeg challenge, I nutmeg them twice. I'm out of breath. I was thinking, yeah, you're going to see me do me football. One ball. So after the drag back. Yeah, there's a bee on you in the face.
Why do you think there's not more people like yourself and more people like Micah popping up?
Because it takes a lot of sacrifice, and you know, it might not be the funnest or the best at the time, but over time it pays off. Now we've got a team where we can scale and get bigger, and yeah, it's doing well.
It just goes to show you can make something positive out of anything, isn't it?
For sure, definitely, most definitely. More touches, more takers.
Just across the street was Angel Delight, run by Auntie Mary, another person who dedicates her time to helping the community. This is a place where young people in the area come to their homework and take part in activities. They also hold events for local residents to improve their well-being. Obviously you guys live here, you see it every day. What more do you think could be done in areas such as Brixton?
In areas such as Brixton, as we know, there's a lot of violence from time to time.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing what we are doing. So what we're doing to bring them closer, give them food, give them whatever they need like most of the time, they will come around and give them school bags, you know?
Yeah.
Rucksack bag, and then different things. And because we are doing this, it helps us to draw them closer. And then when we
really spoke about it. It's the back to school drive. So that's the thing that we do, where we've got loads of uniforms, and like we've been doing it for the last 5 years, and we've probably clothed over 5,000 children, like with school uniforms, backpacks, pens, pencils, shoes, you name it. We're getting them ready to go back to school because it's such an important factor, because that sense of going to school with a new uniform gives you that sense of pride. And some things that we take for granted, you don't realise that a lot of people actually need that help to get it done, especially now with the way that we are, with everything that's going on, it's even worse. So.
Brixton Soup Kitchen brought us some food, and then some of few other organizations like the United, they bring us food as well, and then we give them out to the residents.
So this is all this food here?
That's just like some bread and certain things, but everything else is refrigerated.
Yes. So we plant it, and then people are so happy for that, honestly.
Yeah, so it's the little things. Yeah.
Yes, every little helps. Like Tesco says, every little helps, and it's true.
Takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
And what does Asda say? Which one does Asda say?
I forgot to read this.
Asda one is Asda price.
Asda price.
So obviously you saw one memorial earlier, where we were in Somerleyton for our friend Nathan Foster Bowser.
Yeah.
The thing that Malachi and Dr. David have in common is that they've both lost their brothers. So David's brother was unfortunately shot around the corner from his house. So they have a memorial on the side of their house for his brother.
Wow.
And then Malachi's brother was stabbed literally right in the Brixton police station. So unfortunately, these things plague our community, but we don't allow it to take control of us and just let it run us. We just continue on and keep on pushing and persevering.
Speaking with Micah and meeting the people he's grown up with, I found that they've all been affected by street violence in some way or another. Going around the estates, there were always reminders of people who had been murdered.
So right here, you have Ronaldo died out here. So this is like a little memorial to Ronaldo here as well.
Oh, just here?
Yeah. So he was a young person that grew up here, lived around here, and then unfortunately was stabbed here and also died here. So...
Why was he murdered? Did they know?
I can't actually give you an honest answer why he was murdered. Sometimes it's just wrong place, wrong time, or being associated or attached to an area where other people now have problems with that area, and then whoever they choose or they feel is a part of that. So a lot of things, unfortunately, is mistaken identity.
But it's sad to see literally a couple of feet away from where the kids are playing football.
Yeah, and that's one of two people that have died in the last 3 years. Not even like meters away from where the kids are playing football. While we're on the way to the restaurant, have a food parcel to drop off. Hello, sir.
How you doing, buddy? Cheers.
Yeah. I'll give you a shout. Thanks, Tom.
So we're going down to a restaurant?
So we are going into the number one, the place where you need to be. If you want real authentic food, obviously we've got a lot of good restaurants. So we have True Flavors, we have New Things. You know, there's loads of other places as well, but those are like the most popular places. But here, you're gonna get real good authentic food. Probably the best that you've tried.
Really? Wow.
So,
okay.
I hope you're ready.
That's good.
Yo, sir.
Everything all right?
Yeah, man.
All right. Cool.
Micah wasn't lying. He took me into Pablo's kitchen and the food here was delicious. It was all served up by Pablo, who was cooking up all kinds of Jamaican food in this small kitchen. The food here was full of flavours. Alright, Micah's ordered us some food. Micah, what's the order?
I got you fried chicken and rice and peas.
Okay, this is my first time trying authentic
Jamaican food.
Jamaican food, yeah. Right, let's give it the chicken and the rice. Give it a go.
Good stuff?
It's hot, but it's good. So what else can you order if you come to Pablo's Kitchen? You order the rice and peas, the fish.
Oxtail, Ackee and fish, fried chicken.
Big dog, you know. Well, go on and say you
Come on, Kai, there, fam. Everything blessed.
Yeah.
Bitters.
Say no more.
Say no on family manners, yeah?
No flop, yeah?
Come on. Oxtail, curry goat. There's loads of staples. What would you order?
Everything.
But what's your favourite?
Oh wow. My favourite is the fried chicken and the oxtail.
And this is all authentic, made by...
Yeah, made by Pablo. Then the kitchen, the rest of the staff.
Yeah.
Local barbers.
Is that where you get your haircut?
I don't actually get my hair cut there.
Okay.
I've got another barber that is like 10-10. But, you know, big up all of the local barbers. We've got Twin, got Cool Cuts, HD Cuts.
He's
got
famous.
Bliss Barbers,
HD Cuts, yeah.
HD Cuts is someone that I've grown up with. I've known him.
He's from Brixton, is he?
From Battersea.
Okay.
But like I said, we're neighbouring areas, so everyone is very close and close-knit and together. So yeah, welcome back.
Just pulling up. We haven't spent much of the day here, but there's a lot to see in Brixton.
Yeah, a lot to see. So remember the road, Barrington Road? So that leads you to Loughborough. You can turn left and go to Angeltown, go to the bottom of it, go through Loughborough. We'll take you through to Mikesfield. And then if you go across the main road, we'll take you to Stockwell Park. And then you're back here at Somerleyton.
All one big
Let's see
route.
if I can do this in one step.
Yeah.
Yeah! Still got it.
Come on.
So this is Keelen Wong. And this is sadly another young person that tragically lost their life to street violence. And yeah, it's sad. And it's like I said, we become so desensitized because it's the normal thing to go to funerals, realistically, yes, to celebrate the life of people that have passed on, but we should be celebrating the life of people that have lived long and prosperous lives, not people that are in their 20s and in their teens, you know, losing their life, unfortunately.
Yeah, you've gone way too soon and speaking to their mums and dads.
Oh man, it's sad. So this is why we're just continuously trying to put in as much as we can to just change this narrative. It's hard, it's not easy, but we just got to keep on fighting together and keep on pushing and just trying to make a difference. But look, in the space of time that you've been with me in Brixton, you've seen what, 5 memorials, and none of those 5 people have died from natural causes.
Right.
All have been caused of death by a gun or a knife, and some of these situations are not even where it's for anything problematic or something that they've necessarily done. Sometimes it's guilty by association, sometimes it's just a lot of stupidness, but we need to uplift, we need to make a difference, and this is why we work so hard to come together and push these initiatives so that they can see and they can understand that Brixton is not just about violence, it's not just about the image that's portrayed. It's about us just making a difference and just keep on pushing together. And it takes a village to raise a child, as I said, and we have to come together and just continue to push and let's uplift and take it to the next level.
And it's just sad to see that these things are happening. We're just a few steps away from the soup kitchen itself.
Yeah, literally. He actually passed away outside the shops over there, but then obviously it was better to have the memorial being here on this grass area, but literally 10 steps away from where he passed. And then he grew up at the bottom of this road here, his grandmother's house is here. So these are just things that we're all taking into consideration and really realizing, and even to see the strength of his grandmother and his mother and his father and his other family members that are still pushing on and using his legacy to continue on to make a difference. It's amazing. Can't fathom it, but trust me, it's amazing to see, and that's why it's so important that we support one another and keep on keep on going.
And if you want to help out at the Brixton Soup Kitchen, what would you recommend they do?
Contact us, just reach out to us. We have our Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all of them socials, Twitter, Brixton Soup Kitchen, and you'll be able to find us and contact us. Our number is everywhere. Once you type in that name, or even if you come to Brixton and you ask for Brixton Soup Kitchen, they're going to point you in
Just
the
ask
direction.
for Micah. That's what you
No, don't just ask for me because problematic. There's loads of us that are a part of this conglomerate, but trust me, Brixton Soup Kitchen, you'll be able to find out all the necessary information and keep on spreading the love.
Cheers. I think we'll end it on that, Mike, but thank you so much, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Cheers, man.
And come back anytime you're ready. This is your home too.
Cheers.
You're honorary Brixtonian now.
There we go. All right, guys, I'll see you for the next one. This is Brixton, this is Micah, Brixton Soup Kitchen. See you for the next one.
What's your name again?
Wesley.
Like, where's the snipe?
Wesley Snipes. Yeah, Wesley.
What's Wesley?